What's a good word, everyone? It's your boy DKB here. I just want to say thanks for all the support. The channel's been steadily growing, and the number you see below, you can drop a text, shoot a voicemail, any ideas, topics, collabs, etc. you guys want to see. I'll include them in future videos and live streams, and I'll catch you again. Be easy. What's a good word, Jets fans? It's your boy DKB here, and our new general manager, Darren Mougey, is already taking steps that we haven't necessarily seen out of Joe Douglas or former GMs with the front office shakeup. We have a move, a couple firings, and I'll drop a video later about actually a new hire that we have coming in as well. But for starters, Phil Savage is no longer named interim GM, of course. He is now actually a consultant for the New York Jets, and I think this move makes a ton of sense. Darren Mougey needs to have some veteran expertise that he can rely on. And when it comes to potentially what influences some of these firings, some of these shakeups that happens in the front office, it could be him relying on Phil Savage to help internally evaluate who needs to go, who should remain, and who's some up and comers that we need to keep an eye out for. But Darren Mougey has let go of two key members. Senior Director of Football Administration, David Socie, who's been our chief contract negotiator since 2018. This is probably the closest thing to a VP or president of football operations as we'll get. So I don't imagine too many people will be bad. And of course, when you also look at just how we've handled a lot of these previous contract negotiations, I know a lot of it has been under the guidelines or the purview of Joe Douglas has drawn a line in the sand. He won't go beyond or after, and all of that can still be true. But then you also have one of his veteran foot soldiers here in Socie, who's influencing a lot of that, right? Is he getting the evaluations right? Is he understanding the motivation of some of these players in some of these deals that don't get done? And you look at JFM, you look at a number of other prior guys that said we never even got a contract offer, right? And so I would welcome this new whoever ends up replacing his role. Hopefully we get some fresh eyes in here and we don't run into more of those situations. The other firing is co-director of player personnel, Greg Nejmeh, and it's been mentioned that it's a mutual parting of ways, but essentially he wasn't going to last here. And the key piece with a lot of these moves is that when you come in as a general manager, generally it's going to be before the draft, right? So you're already scrambling, you're already having to get things in play. You want to keep some of these guys in place so you can at least get through the draft as successfully as possible and then move on. This speaks to the fact that he thinks that he can work better with whoever he replaces him with, and I would expect that move pretty quick. And actually, I already know who the name is. I'll drop a video for that later. But Nejmeh was with us for the last 16, 17 years or so, joined the Jets in 2009, working his way up. Pro personnel assistant, pro scout, pro scouting coordinator, pro personnel, a director, and then ultimately the co-director. So you have to wonder, is this just a situation where he feels more comfortable with somebody he's formerly worked with, or does he consider that he hasn't done the job as successfully as possible so far? But in any event, I think ultimately you look at our most recent drafts under Joe Douglas as being the most successful. And a lot of that probably justly, goes to him. He kept a lot of the same scouting base for the most part, but he installed a different way to evaluate, to grade, etc., working with the coaching staff, which he had a strong relationship with. So I think you can say that his leadership influenced things more so than just having talented people in the building. So we'll see how things change up here, but let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you again. Peace.